Rachel. I am still bored in quarantine, so I figured I would do something about it. I thought it would be a good idea to try to do a 24-hour readathon to try to get through as many as I can. However, I did not think this through really, as it is currently 3:15. Since it's gonna be a 24-hour readathon, obviously, I think I'm gonna start probably 3:30 and then go until 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. I will sleep because I'm not gonna do that to myself, but you know, I'm just gonna try to read as much as possible between now and then and get through maybe a couple books. I recently started the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm not very far into it, but I'm gonna try. This is gonna be like my main focus for this, is getting through this and trying to finish this. If I did get tired of reading fantasy, I do have a couple other books from that stack lined up. Those books are From Here to Eternity by Caitlin Doty, not sure. Is about death and death rituals and stuff in various cultures around the world. I majored in archaeology, so this is something that I'm pretty interested in. The next one is The Regrets by Amy Bonifants. It's a contemporary fiction book that follows a girl who meets a man at a bus stop who turns out to be a ghost in limbo, and he is waiting to cross over, and during his time that he's waiting, he is forbidden to get involved with anybody. Needless to say, they do get involved, and I think the book is about kind of the aftermath of that and the repercussions and all that stuff. So I thought it sounded interesting. I'm really into the cover. I think it's really cool. And then the next one is The End of the Ocean by Maya Lund. This one I also picked because of the cover. Anyways, this one is dual perspective. One is set in 2017 and follows this girl who sets off on a voyage on a sailboat around the ocean. The next one is the perspective of a man and his young daughter who are fleeing a drought-stricken southern Europe in 2041, and kind of is following how their paths kind of converge and how their stories converge. I don't know much about this. I don't know much about really any of these ones, but I think it should be interesting. This one is also contemporary fiction, which I tend to not read. I don't read general fiction very often, so that should be interesting to read. That's my list. These books are gonna be the ones that I'm gonna try to get through. Mostly this one, but we'll see if I get to any of the other ones. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next 24 hours. First, I need to clean my room. It is currently, it's almost 4:30 according to this. So I think I am going to read for a couple hours and then probably have dinner and then keep reading. I am first going to start with the 5th season. I may switch it up a bit, an hour or so in, if I start feeling like I want to get a head start on one of the other books that I said I was gonna try to read. So guess we'll just see. So I'm trying to find a good setup for my phone, and I've decided to bring one of my set of drawers over here and then stack a bunch of hardcover books up to see if I can get it at a good height where it's kind of close. So right now I'm just trying to find another hardcover that's about the same thickness as Becoming. Oh, sorry, Michelle, I just smacked her on the face. Oops. I think that's good enough. Gonna get started on that. I've got my cute little setup. I've got some water over there because I am thirsty. I've got my book. It's raining outside, which is nice. It kind of sets the mood. Sometimes I'll even put on those like ambient sound things. There's this one YouTube channel where this lady makes really amazing like ambient noise videos, and they're like Hogwarts, Ravenclaw common room, or Hagrid's hut, like things like that, where there's like rain, maybe like the occasional thunder and a fire crackling. Ooh, so nice. If anyone's interested, I'll try to find her and put a link to her channel in the info bar below. Let's do this. Okay, so it's currently about 6:30. I managed to read, about like 45 pages in the time from when I started reading to now. Got a bit distracted, didn't spend that entire time reading, but I am currently on page 62. And I'm liking it so far. I am kind of confused, but I've heard that this book tends to be a bit confusing, so I suppose that's fine. It's now dinner time. I got dinner. I made lentil soup last night, so I'm just having leftovers, and I've got some cider. Okay, so I am done with dinner. It was delicious. I watched a single YouTube video, and now I am ready to read again. So I'm gonna get back into the 5th season, and I'm gonna try to get through as much as I can. There's a lot of pages, 449 pages in this book. So we'll see. We shall see. It just depends on how I'm feeling, I suppose. Let's get started. Okay, so it's now just about 10:30 p.m. and I have made myself some tea and a snack. Also talking a bit quieter because my roommate is home and I don't want him to think I'm crazy. So hopefully he doesn't think that. Anyway, I think I was reading for a solid 3 hours, I think. I'm assuming I got done with dinner maybe like closer to 3.5 or 4. I don't remember when I got done with dinner, but I'm currently on page 218 of the 5th season. I'm really liking it so far. I'm kind of getting used to the switches in perspective, especially considering one of the perspective switches, or one of the points of view in this book, is written in second person, which isn't my favorite to read from. I hate like the you're doing this, you're doing that, because it tends to read a bit like fan fiction. I think it works, like N.K. Jemisin does a really good job with it. It doesn't feel like fan fiction, and I'm assuming it's gonna make sense. We're following through different perspectives, and I know that there's a huge plot twist, and I've been spoiled for it already. Although I kind of forgot it, but I feel like I'm remembering it now, especially because it just like it makes sense. Like if it is what I think it is, it makes sense. I'm really liking it so far. I'm going to keep reading it for a little bit, maybe try like 100 more pages, and then I might switch to another book. I think I'm gonna go to bed around 1. We'll see what happens. Gonna get back to reading and have my snack. just woke up a little bit ago. It's about 10:30, I think. I'm currently on page 360, so I haven't got much left. I've got less than 100 pages left, I think. So my plan for this morning is to make some breakfast, finish reading, do some things I have to, respond to some emails and some things like that, and then to start on another book. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Now it's time for breakfast. Okay, got my food, got my tea. Let's do this thing. Okay, so it's about 12:30 right now, and I finally finished the 5th season. I really liked it. It was a bit hard to get into at first, mostly because of the perspective changes as well as the changes in voice, I suppose. It switched between like third person to second person. Occasionally there was first person. That was like a bit hard to get into, but wow, the world building in this book is so good. Also, I would like to say that I was right about the plot twist. I knew I remembered it correctly, and it's really well done. It works really well. I don't have the second and third books in the trilogy, so I'm not going to be reading those probably anytime soon, but this is definitely one that I want to continue. Now I gotta go do some other things, reply to some emails. I need to kind of get ready for the day. Okay, so I am done doing my other things that I had to do. It took longer than expected though, so it's now about 2:30. I made some food, and right now I am gonna start another book. I asked Instagram what I should read, and I think I'm gonna start this one. It's 4 o'clock, which means I am officially done with this 24-hour readathon that I did. I managed to completely finish the 5th season, so that means that within the 24 hours I read, let's say, like 425 pages plus 72 in From Here to Eternity. That's the book that I decided to read after the 5th season. I would also like to mention that if you have the means to be able to do so, please look into supporting your local independent stores. They are the ones who have been impacted by this the most at this time. Many workers of independent stores have been laid off and are depending on unemployment benefits to keep them going throughout this. However, a lot of them are still doing online orders, or like for restaurants and such, they're doing delivery or pickup options. So please look into that instead of ordering from websites like Amazon and stuff like that, because it's the local store, independent stores that really need everyone's help right now to stay afloat throughout this time. So thanks for watching. I will be back again later, either later this week or next week. I have a couple more video ideas. I'm still bored. So yeah, have a good one. I never really saw you coming until you turned